this is the argument that they are giving. They are saying that कि अतः उक्त मदरसे तत्काल बंद कर दिए जाएं, अन्यथा आप पर 10,000 रुपए प्रतिदिन हिसाब से जुर्माना लगाया जाएगा। ये नोटिस शिक्षा विभाग द्वारा निशुल्क एवं अनिवार्य बाल शिक्षा अधिनियम 2009 की धारा 18 के अधीन प्रेरित किए जा रहे हैं। So the Child Education Act of 2009, Section 18. But their counter argument is, जबकि निशुल्क एवं अनिवार्य बाल शिक्षा अधिनियम 2009 की संशोधित अधिनियम 2012 की धारा 2.5 में स्पष्ट उल्लेख किया गया है कि ये नियम मुस्लिम मदरसों और पाठशालाओं एवं धार्मिक संस्थानों पर लागू नहीं होता। So they are saying that the act that you are quoting, a subsection of that act, wide amendment in 2012 itself excludes madrasas. So why are you sending a notice to them, to us? That's the Jamiyat's defense. Anand Ranganathan.
Good evening, Anand. Look, finally in Yogi Adityanath, I think we have a chief minister who is taking steps towards true secularism and not the sham variety this country has been practicing on the back of our pseudo-secular constitution. To paraphrase George Orwell, in a time of universal minority appeasement, merely following a court order becomes a revolutionary act. These are court orders. Not only that, additionally, the Child Protection Agency has directed the state governments to audit all schools. That includes all religious schools as well. So this is the problem in this country. I have 4 points to make, and I will absolutely expose the nefarious agenda of the people who are opposing this. Number one, 8,000 madrasas are running illegally in UP. 4,000 madrasas are receiving funds from abroad, most of them without due paperwork. Number two, how can someone object to religious schools' income sources being audited? Are they a banana republic? And if the amount as claimed is in excess of 10,000 crores, half of it from secret sources, this is not just an educational and auditing issue, Anand. This is a national security issue. Number three, the state has no business running religious schools. Secularism means by definition total separation of religion and state, total. Our constitution is plural, not secular. There are half a dozen articles and amendments and directive principles in our constitution that make it plural, not secular. In fact, the word secular was inserted in our preamble by Indira Gandhi during the emergency. It was absent from Ambedkar's constitution. And it is this pseudo-secularism that has allowed the state to control Hindu temples while at the same time dish out salaries to Maulvis and run madrasas. In fact, it astonishes me that UP is essentially running through imparting state grants as many as 560 madrasas whose primary job is to impart Islamic education and Sharia dictats. Number four, finally, Anand, let me quote here Assam CM Himanta Biswa Sarma. Quote, madrasa, the word itself, should cease to exist. Teach Quran at home for hours if you want. But at school, a child deserves to be taught science and math. In fact, for a child to be admitted to a madrasa is a violation of his human rights, unquote. I think it is high time Yogi replicated Himanta's model, which is 614 madrasas in Assam will now be converted into regular schools. So the pupils will have a choice to either continue there and receive non-religious education like other children or leave.
But we must also
join private madrasas, to which no one should have any objection. Anand, as practicing and imparting religious teachings is a constitutional right. Just 30 seconds if I may. This is a step towards promoting inclusivity among the minority community and should be welcomed by all. After all, if the children are being taught verses like do not marry your women to polytheist men unless they believe in Islam 2:21, or there is no deity except Allah 40:62, or those who deny the Quran, their necks will be shackled and they'll be dragged in boiling water 40:70. If the children are being taught all this, I hope you can see the irony that here are states accused of being a Hindu Rashtra by Muslims, teaching Muslims that Hindus are the worst of creatures and do not marry Hindus unless they convert. Finally, good luck with promoting inclusivity. I want to end with a quote here. Quote, madrasas are the hotbed of terrorism, unquote. You know who said this? No, not a Hindu, not a Hindutvawadi, but a Muslim, Parvez Musharraf.
All of these considered, Himanta Biswa Sarma, Anand Ranganathan shut down not just the madrasas, but he also shut down all Hindu religious institutions also which were getting state funding. He stopped the state funding and he said, if you want to function, function on your own and let these modes of religious instruction be at your homes or perhaps at the temples wherever you are wanting to do it. So he was unequivocal in his position. A large part of people do not understand that it was not unilaterally aimed only at the madrasas.
Even that is what secularism is.
Correct. Even in Uttar Pradesh right now, the larger question is nobody is asking how are these madrasas able to generate and germinate and also try and proliferate.